Hello, my name is Nicieza. I'd like to welcome you guys to my channel. Today we're going to cover the end of the Cable and Deadpool series that sadly wasn't the best. And I say sadly because the Cable and Deadpool series was really good. At least I really enjoyed it because you had the seriousness of Cable, a really interesting character that drove pretty cool and interesting plots that we got in that story, in that series. And it was a great contrast with the loony antics of Deadpool. And Cable sort of gave Deadpool direction. He gave him objectives to reach. Deadpool always tried to seek validation from Cable. He always seemed to look up to Cable, even though both characters had trouble getting along with each other. Deadpool had a lot of respect for Wade, and just really enjoyed it. And sadly, Cable gets killed off. The series keeps on running, so we sort of get like a Deadpool team up series, and the stories just aren't the best. Like, there's some good moments, there's a lot of spectacle and stuff like that. Especially this first story arc where you get Wolverine. That this was after the Enemy of State story arc. So every time Wolverine got a chance, he would go find a Hydra base and just kill as many Hydra agents as possible. But Deadpool finds out that he's going to attack a Hydra base where they've actually have captured and forcing Weasel to develop technology for Hydra. So Deadpool wants to stop Wolverine before he accidentally kills Weasel. This first issue, you get a couple of good laughs. Nicieza's writing, at least still here, it's pretty fresh. But like as we go on in these issues, I get the feeling that Nicieza or is just not trying, or he just ran out of ideas, or he was blindsided with the editorial edition idea of just killing off Cable. And that's another thing. Every time they kill Cable, it's one of those characters that have zero impact when they kill off, because he's going to be back in less than a year. It never has any weight to it. It feels really cheap when they kill Cable. So Deadpool gets to this Hydra base, finds Weasel, but Wolverine reaches them at the same time. Wolverine just flips out as he normally does. The covers to these last couple of issues are really good. So we have Wolverine going on as one of his clawathons, just going through Hydra agents left and right. So this first story arc, as I said before, it's a lot of fun. There's a couple of good jokes, but not much plot to it. Wolverine battling Deadpool is always fun. One of the better times, because there's quite a few Deadpool versus Wolverine stories that really suck. There's like one with a werewolf, and then there was another one done by Rob Liefeld that wasn't the best either. At the end of the day, Weasel proves to Wolverine that he actually tricks Hydra and teleports them all the way to Guantanamo. He had created this teleportation device that Wolverine clawed at, so it's like sort of malfunctioning. And because of this, it teleports Deadpool through time. And this whole time travel thing with Deadpool, first he pops up during the Second World War, and it's okay. Like, this is the first interaction between Deadpool and Captain America, where they end up crossing paths with Zola. It's the only good thing about it is that it really shows off how Bucky is a psychopath. And this is not the only story where you get to see that Bucky has issues. Like, he's crazy as fuck on how hardcore he is. He hides this away from Captain America, even though he's like a 16-year-old kid. Get more antics of Deadpool falling through time. He ends up with the Fantastic Four. They have to resolve this, so you get the classic Fantastic Four and then the Black Panther lineup of the Fantastic Four, where they have to save Deadpool through time. Ron Lim's art, it's really good, and this page is fantastic. So they're able to rescue them. Then we go, and I'm sort of going through these pages, especially because when I sat down to reread them, I was sort of skimming through them. Like, I sort of lost interest. Here we have Deadpool teaming up with Doctor Strange. He sends him on this weird secret mission. So, yesterday I reread this, and I just found it to be not interesting at all. It's very lazily written, at least for me. And the mission is actually to save T-Ray, because for some magical reason, he's like undoing the magical dimensions, and he's like a danger to all of existence. So he has to be brought back to life. Then we get Brother Voodoo right before the time they made Brother Voodoo cool again. So in the next issue, Brother Voodoo has to also deal with the situation of Deadpool and T-Ray, and it's just they jump the shark. Like, it's Deadpool, it's hard to jump the shark, but it's just not interesting to become these two giants battling it out. They sort of at the end of the story resolve their differences and whose side. Like, there's the whole situation who's who stole the identity from who. Then I found it to be a little bit because depending on who's writing Deadpool, and it's even referenced in the story, is who's who. Then Wolverine Deadpool is sent to Savage Land. He teams up with Kazar to fight those weird mutates in Savage Land, which at the end of the story, Deadpool teleports a bunch of dinosaurs to New York City. And so the last issue is actually a blast because they're teleported to New York, and accidentally they run into a... I was thinking that they run into the Avengers, who are transporting a group of symbiotes. I guess it's part of that Mighty Avengers story arc where the Avengers and Doom and the symbiotes. It's a weird story. So they're transporting these symbiotes to the Fantastic Four, but these dinosaurs liberate them. So the last issue, you have symbiote dinosaurs fighting against the Avengers and Spider-Man, and that's actually it's like they sort of get their stride back on a story level. It's well written. It's pretty fun. Deadpool, we get the first symbiote dinosaur before Old Man Logan, and the real treat of this story is that Cable from the future sends that spear that he would use in battle that had channels telepathic energy. Deadpool uses this spear to defeat the symbiotes, and very briefly we get the first incarnation of the symbiote Venom. He looks really awesome, and he's able to resolve this problem with the symbiotes. But the thing is, like, these couple of issues with such a solid series that Cable and Deadpool series was, it's just a real shame that they ended it this way. It wasn't the best. It leaves a real sour taste in your mouth. So I'm going to leave this video here, and I do recommend you guys read the first part of this run and stop reading around this time. So see you guys next time. Bye.